Tonight, before you go to sleep, take a moment and look around your room. The lights above your head, the phone in your pocket, the walls protecting you from the weather, and the internet connecting you to millions of people across the planet. All of it feels normal. In fact, it feels impossible to imagine life without it. But for almost the entire history of our species, none of this existed. For more than 300,000 years, every human being who ever lived survived without electricity, without cities, without governments, without schools, without social media, and without modern jobs. Yet many scientists and anthropologists believe those people may have been happier than we are today. That sounds ridiculous at first. How could people who face hunger, predators, disease, and uncertainty possibly be happier than modern humans surrounded by comfort and technology? The answer begins with a simple question. What if human beings evolved for a world that no longer exists? Imagine waking up as one of your ancestors 20,000 years ago. There is no alarm clock, no emails waiting for you, no bills to pay, no traffic, no deadlines. You wake up naturally as sunlight slowly brightens the sky. Around you are 20 or 30 people you have known your entire life. Your family is there, your grandparents are there, your closest friends are there. Everyone in the group knows everyone else. The first part of the morning is not spent rushing anywhere, it is spent talking. Stories are shared, jokes are told, plans are made, people discuss where food might be found today. Children play nearby while listening to the conversations of adults. For most of human history, this was the rhythm of daily life. Then comes work. But ancient work looked very different from modern work. A hunter-gatherer did not spend 8 hours performing repetitive tasks for a corporation. Most studies of traditional hunter-gatherer societies suggest that people spent only a few hours each day gathering food, hunting, preparing meals, and maintaining camp. When the necessary work was finished, the rest of the day belonged to them. They rested, they socialized, they played games, they cared for children, they told stories, they sat beneath trees and simply existed. Modern people often imagine prehistoric life as a non-stop struggle for survival. While danger certainly existed, the reality was far more complicated. Many hunter-gatherer groups had significantly more leisure time than the average office worker today. This raises an uncomfortable possibility. What if progress solved many problems but created entirely new ones? The agricultural revolution changed everything. Around 12,000 years ago, humans discovered they could grow food instead of constantly searching for it. At first, this seemed like the greatest breakthrough in history. More food meant larger populations. Larger populations meant villages. Villages became cities. Cities became civilizations. But something else happened. For the first time, people became tied to land. Property appeared. Wealth appeared. Social classes appeared. Human beings who had lived as relatively equal members of small groups suddenly found themselves living in hierarchies. Kings ruled over peasants. Landowners controlled resources. Power became concentrated. The world became more organized, but it also became more unequal. As centuries passed, civilization grew larger and more complex. Then came factories, then corporations, then modern economies. Today, millions of people wake up every morning to perform work they often do not enjoy in exchange for money they need to survive. Many spend decades doing jobs that have little connection to the things human beings naturally evolved to value: community, purpose, adventure, belonging. The strange thing is that our bodies still operate according to ancient rules. Your brain does not know what a smartphone is. It does not know what an office building is. It does not know what social media is. Your brain still believes you are a tribal human living in a small group on the African savanna. That mismatch may explain many of the problems of modern life. Consider loneliness. For most of human history, being alone was almost impossible. People lived together, worked together, ate together, and slept near one another. Today, millions of people spend most of their time isolated. They communicate through screens. They scroll through endless feeds. They watch the lives of strangers while feeling increasingly disconnected from the people around them. Researchers repeatedly find that loneliness is associated with anxiety, depression, heart disease, and even early death. Human beings were not designed to live disconnected lives. We were designed for tribes. Another example is stress. Your ancestors certainly experienced stress, but their stress was usually immediate and temporary. A predator appears. Danger arrives. The body reacts. The threat disappears. The stress ends. Modern stress is different. Bills, debt, deadlines, news, economic uncertainty. These threats never completely disappear. The body remains trapped in a constant state of low-level anxiety. The same survival system that once protected humans from lions now reacts to emails and financial worries. The result is a nervous system operating far outside the environment it evolved for. Then, there is the question of purpose. One of the most famous experiments ever conducted involved creating a paradise for mice. The animals received unlimited food, unlimited water, perfect shelter, and complete protection from danger. Everything appeared ideal, yet over time the social structure collapsed. Many mice stopped reproducing. Others became aggressive. Some withdrew entirely from social life. Eventually, the colony disappeared. The lesson was not that comfort is bad. The lesson was that living creatures require meaningful roles. They need purpose. Without purpose, even abundance can become destructive. Humans are no different. People need challenges. They need goals. They need responsibilities that matter. A life containing only comfort often becomes surprisingly empty. Perhaps this explains why many successful people continue searching for meaning even after achieving wealth. Money solves many problems. It does not automatically provide purpose. Ancient humans rarely faced this dilemma. Their purpose was obvious: protect the group, raise children, find food, help the community survive. Every action had visible consequences. Modern life often hides those consequences behind layers of systems and institutions. Many people spend years wondering whether their work truly matters. Yet despite all of this, returning to the past is not the answer. The past was not paradise. Children died more often. Disease was common. Medical care did not exist. Life expectancy was dramatically shorter. Modern civilization has produced extraordinary achievements: vaccines, surgery, science, technology, education. The challenge is not choosing between the past and the present. The challenge is understanding what we lost while gaining everything else. Maybe we need more real conversations. Maybe we need stronger communities. Maybe we need more time outdoors. Maybe we need less time staring at screens. Maybe we need opportunities to contribute to something larger than ourselves. The truth is that the ancient human still lives inside every modern person. That ancient human wants connection. That ancient human wants meaning. That ancient human wants adventure. And no amount of technology can completely replace those needs. The modern world has given us incredible power. We can communicate across continents in seconds. We can travel through the sky. We can access the knowledge of humanity from a small device in our hands. But the greatest challenge of the future may not be technological at all. It may be remembering how to remain human. Because the question is no longer whether civilization can continue advancing. The question is whether human beings can continue advancing without losing the things that made life meaningful in the first place. Perhaps happiness was never about having more. Perhaps it was about belonging. Perhaps it was about purpose. Perhaps it was about sitting beside people you love beneath an open sky and feeling that your existence mattered. And if that is true, then the most important discoveries of the future may not be found in laboratories or computer chips. They may be found by rediscovering the forgotten parts of ourselves that civilization left behind.